The union says maintaining the free-day secondary education capitation at 22,244 shillings per student after the Treasury tried to cut it was the right move.
You know, as we talk, the crisis in this primary school is that there are debts which have not been settled. The whole issue has been so bad, and it only came to our realization that the government was already implementing a funding which had a shortfall and was not just made public until the minister told us that we should not live a lie. They cannot sustain it. The president has told us that he is giving us our rights because he has listened to Kenyans. So he cannot just tell us and then we rest. We will only be comfortable when this money is sent to school.
They are praising the decision to reduce public university fees by up to 40%, calling it a win for struggling families and a sign that the government is finally listening. However, it is not all applause. KUPPET says the real test lies in reforming the deeper issues that have plagued the education system for years. Top of that list is promoting over 130,000 teachers who've stagnated in service and releasing full capitation funds for the 2025 academic year urgently before schools reopen. They're also pushing for the employment of 20,000 new teachers as promised during Labor Day to address Kenya's teacher shortage, especially in junior secondary.
I remember having noticed that a school in a junior secondary school with a population of 400 learners did not have sufficient number of teachers to lay foundation for STEM and performing arts. Because majority of the teachers who are posted to teach in preparing them were basically rooted in arts-related subjects. There were no maths and science, and there were no teachers to teach physical education, for example. So there is need for a conversation, a national conversation on policy framework.
And finally, the union wants the government to relocate junior secondary schools to existing secondary institutions to make use of already available infrastructure and trained staff.
Especially on the issue of JSS. What is now obtaining is that, remember, towards the end of last year, the government committed to build grade 9 classrooms. In fact, some of these classrooms were built adjacent to the secondary schools where other classrooms had been built before. It would be very, very important at this particular time that to address the policy gaps that the Ministry of Education faces, what this calls for is to engage in a national conversation on a policy framework which will deliver free and compulsory quality education for Kenyans.
Saying these steps are essential to fixing the cracks in the system and ensuring learners and teachers get the support they need.
Now that the government has said they cannot afford to compromise on access, that is from the president's own mouth, affordability, quality. I take the president by his word.
The ball is now in the government's court. Robbie Omondi, K24.